Hi, my name is Karen Lum. I'm a user experience designer here at Apigee. I specifically work on our big data offering. So I've designed several applications that leverage predictive analytics. I think the most exciting thing about my job is I get to take something as complicated as big data and I simplify it for an end user. And it's usually someone who's a non-data scientist, like a marketer or a customer service agent. And the goal is to help even them understand that you don't need to know machine learning to understand that big data can help you in your business. So before I get into more detail about what I do here at Apigee, I want to first visit the question that's been very important to me in my career, which is how do you define success? And I think I've always thought about that question in terms of how do you measure success. It never occurred to me that maybe I need to take a step back and think about what goals am I even going after? Like, what do I actually want to do? And I think it's because there's this term floating around about like having it all. And in my career, I've wanted to have it all. I wanted to be like the full stack designer, and I've whittled down those goals to something that I find meaningful to me now. So just to take a step back to my career, when I first came out of college, I was doing UI design at a marketing team. So I was doing landing pages, banner ads, product ads, that kind of thing. And to be honest, I wasn't great at it. I didn't know enough about the product space, about the design space in Silicon Valley yet, so I just took whatever I can get. Like we do that when we're first starting out, like whatever opportunity I can get my hands on, I did it. And I wasn't great at it. I was really insecure about my ideas. I was never really proud of the work that I did. I couldn't tell if I did a good or bad job on my work. So I always needed direction from my manager for me to proceed with caution. And right before I left that job, I had a taste of interaction design, and I felt a much stronger fit for the first time. So then I started looking for work in interaction design, and it was still really tough for me to find exactly what I was looking for because there are a lot of companies and jobs that treat design like decoration. It's just like skinning it. Like design is just an afterthought where you want to redo your buttons and your colors and the fonts and that kind of thing. And that's not me. So I saw a lot of opportunities in Silicon Valley for visual design jobs or like jobs that really focus heavily on just execution. Have like really strong design chops, typography, iconography, HTML, CSS a plus. We hear that term a lot. And the thing is, I was like, okay, I can take a step back right now and just shoot after every learning opportunity I can to alter myself to fit what the job market needs. Or I can ask myself, which is much harder, what do I actually want to do? Like, what are my goals? What do I define as success? And the thing is, I'm actually a social science person. So to your point, I did not come from a STEM degree. I actually studied social science in college, and I had some design background too. So I came to be honest with myself. I am a product person through and through. I am extremely passionate about understanding users, about what are their needs. I love to think about how people interact. I'm very curious about the human experience, and I bring that to the table as a designer in the tech field where I'm not just curious about people, but how do people interact with technology? How do they interact with a software interface? So now I'm much more comfortable walking into a job interview and saying, okay, I don't just make interfaces pretty. That's not what I do. I'm a strategic thought leader in design. And when I'm part of a product team, I expect to be a part of the definition of the product, how it's going to function, what kind of needs do we want to surface to the user. And that's what I do best. I'm not a full stack designer with every skill in the toolbox. I'm over that now. I'll get to it one day, but right now, I'm really passionate about being a part of the product development, and I'm not just skinning the product. So ever since I've articulated that to myself, the opportunities started showing up, and now here I am at Apigee, and I love what I do. So back to what I said earlier, I work on our big data offering, and which is really exciting because most of the discourse around big data is about the science side, the data science, the technology. I'm much closer to the end user, so I'm responsible for making big data more relatable and more adaptable to our end user, many of whom just don't even know what machine learning is. But it doesn't matter because big data can benefit anyone in their business. I can take a customer service agent and help them understand the voice of their customer so they can reach out to their customer and understand what are your issues and help make that customer happy. And this is all with the magic of big data. But my job is to make that information clear, understandable, relatable. I've learned a lot of really interesting things in this space so far. For example, it's really tempting to unleash the full power of big data to your customer, but I would actually argue that it's not wise to do so because you can't just lay out a ton of information to your user on a poo-poo platter and have them understand it. It has to be parsed out gently so the user can learn at a reasonable pace. I've also learned that to design an interface for big data, it has to have flexibility built into it, because you never know what kind of data you're going to get. Whatever volume, whatever form, whatever structure the data might take, the UI has to fit it. Another thing I've learned is that investing in the information architecture out front is a crucial step before you even start to design the end product. You have to understand your data before you can design the interface that's going to fit it. So I've learned a ton of things now in this space, and I love what I do because I feel like I'm pioneering this new type of design, and I love sharing my work with my teammates. There's a lot of people here doing analytics, big data, and that kind of thing. So I've created internal libraries that share out my design patterns I've created to help at least make my teammates' lives easier when they start working on this kind of thing. So I love what I do because I took the time to step back and stop trying to have it all. I just didn't want to be the full stack designer that can never get fired because I'm just so good at everything, right? I now believe in what I do, and I want the organization that I work for to fit that. And I feel that here at Apigee because, like I said, it's a flat organization. No matter where you are, how many years of experience you have, everyone's opinion is respected. And that's why I love working here. I'm a major part of my product team. I'm doing pioneering work in this burgeoning space of big data and predictive analytics. And I'm aligned with my core values in my career, and I couldn't ask for more right now. So yeah, if you haven't, if you have any questions about user experience design or big data, predictive analytics, or just being a woman in technology, whatever, please come talk to me. I'd love to share with you my learnings.